Welcome to Heathen's Garage, folks. Today we're not working on anything. Just wanted to do a update on everything kind of video, you know, where we look at all the projects I still currently own and see how far I got or didn't get on them. So we're going to show you all the stuff that I have in my possession and tell you what I know about that's broken on it still. I imagine we could just start at the beginning. Worked on both most recently and at the beginning of the year is our 2004 GMC 3/4 ton. We bought it at an auction last year, got it home, said, hey, the oil pressure gauge doesn't work. And through a process of elimination, quickly determined that, hey, it just doesn't have any oil pressure. The gauge works fine. You want to go to the barn? Take the engine apart? You too? All right, let's go. Look at. You see that? Those aren't supposed to be there like that. Oh yeah! We got us a big old bump stick! I don't think this is how a machine shop does it, but that's how we're gonna do it. Why do I keep putting my hammer so far away? We had to fix some transmission stuffs, I think. Look at that thing leak, eh? Take all these off. Get off of there. It's exactly the same, but it's not cracked. I don't know, we did all kinds of work on this thing. And at some point in time in the process of me swapping the O2 sensors around, I must have damaged one because, well, we cooked one side header and burnt all the spark plugs and, well, we haven't really examined it. It's going to get an O2 sensor and some spark plugs and hopefully no burnt exhaust valves. But that's where this thing is. So it's, well, we started off the year not roadworthy and, well, maybe by the 31st we'll have it working. Maybe. We'll see. The next thing you guys got to see is this, a 1995 Mustang GT that I refer to as the cheapest winter beater. Now, it's obviously not the cheapest winter beater, but it was the cheapest V8 5-speed car that I could find for the lowest amount of money. It's still our daily driver. We have done nothing to improve it other than basic drivability things that were required. The power of way! Alternator. So far this is shot. It does stuff. Well, it's supposed to do stuff, but it doesn't. It's got dual exhaust. Why shouldn't it have dual oil drain plugs? That ought to be warm enough. I think it's working. It needs a clutch soon. Real bad. But we just keep limping it along and you just shut it off to change gears or put it in reverse or whatever you need to do and it's fine. That's where that is. It started the year off running and it's still running. How about the big Scamper, hey? Now it isn't exactly high on the popularity list, but it's here, we own it. We're not sure what we're gonna do with it yet, but basically it needs a carb rebuild. Probably have to check out the tires and brakes and stuff, but like we drove this one home. Got it running and drove it home even. It was pretty, that was the first time I tried to pull that stunt off. It was also like we put a battery and gas in it and that was how we got it running. So, you know, that's, even a guy like me can handle that. Now some of you maybe watch the show because of this. This is, well, this is like the flagship of our YouTube channel, I guess you call it. I don't know. Anyways, it's a 1978 Jeep Cherokee Chief. It has a turbocharged AMC engine. And we started off the year with it running, naturally aspirated. We turbocharged it. Why hasn't anybody started like a line of lightweight turbos? We went racing a few times. We got a check for $300. We went to Miles of Mayhem. We're just gonna toss the exhaust back on and load up and get out of here into the next place, because we got another 500K to cover and we're getting a late start, so we gotta fly. We put a lot of miles on this thing. And it's still fine. Transmission that is in it, we're not happy with, so it's gonna get left in there actually, and we're gonna rebuild a different one, hopefully for it. Actually coming up soon. We don't know what we're gonna do with it yet. We gotta get some boost lag issues figured out, and the start of that is a converter. So transmission converter first, and then we'll go from there. Other than that, this thing started off the year running naturally aspirated, and we have turbocharged it and didn't blow it up, and it still works, and we could take it to town today if we wanted to. So that's maybe the greatest win that you'll see all week. Now, I don't really work on this thing very much, but you've definitely seen it in a few videos.
Should we upgrade to some like self-tappers or tech screws?
Duct tape worked for 2 years. Duct tape will continue to work. It's our parts runner Subaru. It's a bone stock based model deal. There's nothing too interesting about it other than it's really fast around our rallycross track. We got it for next to nothing because of the hail damage, and believe it or not, it's registered and insured and everything sort of works on it. Most recently, however, in the Christmas special, it lost the bumper mysteriously. So that needs fixed. We'll probably weld up a tube bumper. Maybe we'll just duct tape the old one on. Hard to know yet, but it's started the year running fine and it still runs fine. Less a bumper, so no big loss there. This here, well, some of you probably know who it is. I call it Scrap Coda because it was destined for scrapyard. I rebuilt the engine in this summer, here in the barn again. It didn't go well, because it makes a bunch of noise now. And it's been in timeout since. I don't want to talk about this one, it's too sad. It started the year not running, it ran for a little while, and now it doesn't run again. Let's just leave it at that. Now, I don't know how well I introduced this old girl, but it's probably one of my favorite vehicles of all time, and I don't expect it's going anywhere anytime soon. It's a 1974 Dodge extended cab 3/4 ton that I call Charlie, and well, she's just a gem, you know, like it's a really nice rig. I probably haven't done it justice by showing it to you very well, but regardless, it's pretty special. It's not going anywhere. We don't do heavy modifications to this one. We kind of just keep it running in tip-top shape as best we can. Oh no! You're gonna have to put that back on later. The old truck pulls along just fine. No sweat. Long as you stay under 50 miles an hour. The only thing it needs right now is the brake controller replaced, because it's like an old style hydraulic one. And it started leaking all of its brake fluid into the cab onto the floor, which is rather inconvenient. At some point in time, it needs some rust repair too, but we're gonna get somebody who knows what they're doing for this truck, because it's just kind of special to me. So it started the year running, it's still running. It does need a little more work than it did at the start of the year. Now this one here, this should be everybody's favorite, because it's a square body. And everybody likes square bodies. And everybody should like tilt deck boxes. Well, we drug it home with Charlie. And we got it running. We took it around the racetrack. And it has sat since. We have been collecting some parts though. We got Buddy Stace. He got us, like, we got fenders. We got doors. Okay, that's the only parts we've collected for it actually. But we do have fenders and doors to fix some of the rust. And at some point in time, when it's probably a little warmer, we're gonna go to work on this one. Now it needs a bunch. I think it's pretty good. Elvis, what do you think? Do you like it? You're indifferent, hey? There's too many noises for you guys. Needs a fuel system and a box of some sort and, you know, all kinds of things. But it's gonna happen. Don't worry, it's coming. And right here, folks, this is our last one that's on the premises. Our 1950 Desoto Custom S14 or something. It's making a fair bit of smoke, but it smells like ATF, so I'm not too worried. It needs everything still, but we did get it running this year, and you could jump in this thing and drive it to town. Might not have any lights, or signals, or a horn, or a fan, or anything working properly other than like the brakes. They seem to work. But other than that, it's pretty, it needs lots of work. But it's a keeper too. I think it's pretty neat. And it's gonna be my first street rod if I ever get that far. Now that, folks, is basically the whole tour of every project that is on the premises that we worked on last year. And that felt like a lot. If we're totally honest, that seemed like lots and lots of stuff to work on. But you know, it came with one big perk, and that is we got our 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if you noticed, but at least to me, that was a pretty big deal. And really want to thank you guys. That was a big moment for me. I really valued that. It wasn't on the cards. Like at the start of the year, we were only looking for 500 by January, but man, like it kind of happened. And well, I don't know what that means really, like other than you probably have to watch ads now that you didn't before, and I can't do anything about that, but you know, we're pretty happy about it. Like it's just, it feels like it was an accomplishment that we can be proud of, and you guys got us here. Thank you very much, folks. Appreciate you watching. I know this was short and not our regular thing, but we got to take a couple days off for, you know, hanging out with the dear wife and seeing some family and doing Christmas things and that kind of thing. Thanks for watching and subscribing. See you next time. Bye. Elvis, you gotta be over here if you're gonna help.
Shake? Well, that's not quite shake, but... Hey, you stink. Did you know you stink?
Did you want to shake? Pound it. Be a dog. Can you pant? Walk away. Yeah, good boy. Hey, buddy. What's going on, man? Elvis, isn't it great? Are you super pumped about it? Yeah. It's great that you've got the position for working underneath the truck, but you're not in the right place, buddy. See? See, take the wrench? Nope. Oh. Guess what he's learned is how to avoid work.